What's up with your boy Brennan?
Yo, it's Drake, and then my boy Dylan's over there, and then Creek too.
According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics published in 2024, over 1,500 people have been killed in the U.S. by the use of the death penalty. There are thousands more on death row and is a large part of the U.S. judicial system. The death penalty has a large impact on the United States judicial system. It protects countries' rights. It deals with the safety of its prisoners, and society as a whole believes in getting justice through it. I researched this topic for many years while the issue was escalating as it is today, and it is still a large topic of debate. In this speech, I will talk about the involvement and non-involvement of the death penalty, the rates of the penalty, and the locations it is an issue. According to the Death Penalty Information Center of America, the rates of the penalty have decreased recently. The lesser use and number of people is the reason for this, because this penalty has been given less often as a form of less punishment. The areas of conflict include California, which has had a moratorium placed on the penalty. According to an entry from the Death Penalty Information Center of America, since 2000, there has been the number of death row inmates has decreased. Recently, in 2024, over 2,000 prisoners have been on death row and about 25 were executed. The decline, as established by an entry from the Death Penalty Information Center of America, it was reinstated in 1976 by the court case Gregg v. Georgia. It deemed that death penalty was not always cruel and unusual punishment, and that is legal in all states. It established guidelines for the penalty and said that it was a source of retribution for the families that were affected by it. With the decline of the penalty, the rates are connected, as the number of prisoners that are executed are quite low because of things like sentence reversals, commutations, and juries holding up an execution. According to an entry from the Bureau of Justice Statistics, less than 0.2% of inmates on death row get the death penalty. And the worst of the worst are said to be the ones who actually receive these executions. Some locations that are known to send a message would include places like Texas. According to a video published by the BBC in 2022, Texas has the most executions in the US, with around 600 all time. People are very supportive of this penalty here. California has the most people of any state on death row, but there's protests held there, and a moratorium has been placed, which impedes the ability for anyone to receive the penalty. In Utah, they're even allowed to use a firing squad still with a penalty, which is the only place that this is allowed. The application and absence of the death penalty, the rates, and the places that this happened is what has been discussed here. There's been less emphasis in recent years due to sympathetic and empathetic reasons. The rates are going down, and the places of conflict are a big issue. I've talked about how it is a hot button issue, the precedent set by Gregg v. Georgia, and how it is fully legal, which will not change unless there is a new ruling made.